here we go. Well, aloha, everybody. I'm glad that you are here. I'm excited to share with you a simple system to where simple system, simple ideas with you. And I want to say thank you for being here. I know that you're making time out of your busy schedule in order to be here. And some of this may be information that you may know already and apply, and other things may be some things that may help you to get on the fast track to your business with things that you can implement in your business that are simple. With that said, go ahead and grab pen and paper, or feel free to take some screenshots here and there if that's easier for you. And just quickly, my name is Marianne Roos. I am in Kailua Kona, Hawaii, and these are tips and tricks I'm going to share with you that I have been implementing for a number of years, to where it has helped me to grow multiple businesses to the degree that one of them, even last year when I did the calculation, even though it's a business that I'm very passive in it, it grew by over 30%. And every year has been an amazing amount of growth. And it is by implementing these tips and strategies I will be sharing with you today. We also have a mystery guest that will be joining us for a short bit. And I'm excited to go on this journey with you. So, relationship marketing. A lot of people have heard more of the traditional marketing versus relationship marketing. And typically, what we focus on is the word marketing. So, there is a difference, though, in between traditional marketing and relationship marketing. Traditional marketing, you may be thinking of things like billboards, like I was just on the mainland, and as we're driving on the highways, they were a number of billboards that were just kept on passing, and it was realtor after realtor after realtor there on those billboards. I saw a lot of TV commercials. You might have be thinking about radio commercials, or also Facebook ads that are prevalent these days, email marketing, stop sign for buses. So those are some of the traditional marketing strategies that are implemented on a regular basis. I know here in Hawaii, things are a little bit different. We don't always have bus stops or billboards, but on the mainland, that's for sure. Now, when it comes to relationship marketing, basically the word that we want to focus on is relationship. And as we focus on the relationship, is basically focusing on building and strengthening that relationship to where it makes it that the people in your network are basically feeling amazing about you, and that anytime there is that need for your service, that you are the one that is top of mind. And that makes me think of this quote that is right here on the screen by Maya Angelou: is I have learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. And over the years, I have found that this saying is true through the experiences in my own businesses over time, and seeing the exponential growth that each of those businesses have had by focusing on the relationship marketing aspect of my business. And I'm not saying that traditional marketing should be tossed out the window. I'm simply saying that relationship marketing is a very important aspect that some people do tend to push aside a little bit more. So let me go on to the next slide here. When we are looking at referral generation, because yes, in business, we want to have referrals coming through of people that need our business. So typically when we meet somebody the first time, we consider that to be a contact. And there's so many different ways that we can meet people. It could be in person, it could be online. Sometimes it's meeting somebody when we are picking up a cup of coffee, or it could be meeting somebody in a speed networking event, or maybe it's on social media like Facebook or LinkedIn. That first connection is a contact. And what we want to do is develop that relationship to see if that contact can then be changed into a prospect. And now a prospect basically is somebody that potentially could use our products or services. And it does not necessarily mean that it is right now, but to where they could have a need in the future. And at the same time, we want to keep in mind that people that are contacts are not necessarily always a prospect. However, there's somebody that we still may want to keep a relationship and build a relationship with, because they can become connectors for us, or we could be a connector for them, which can also play a big role in how we grow in business. And so that's where a prospect can become a client, or it can become a connector, or a contact can become a connector automatically based on the relationship that gets developed. So when you are looking at your contacts that become prospects and then that become clients, sometimes it makes sense for them to become clients, not always. And sometimes it makes sense for them to be connectors. And that's where the building of the relationship is key, because then you get to know them, they get to know you, and you get to stay top of mind with about each other. And that is where through that development, then the referrals can come. Because number one, if I don't know somebody, I'm not able to give them a referral, right? Or vice versa, they can't give a referral to me. If someone is not a prospect that becomes a client, or somebody that becomes a connector, how are they going to give referrals? But through that relationship that we develop and through staying top of mind, we're getting to know and trust one another. So when it comes to somebody that comes in contact, it made me think of a story. And I'm going to go to the next slide, because that's going to play right into that very first did you know. So did you know, and you probably have heard this, that people will do business with people they know, like, and trust. But here's the kicker: they need to remember who you are. And an example of that, the story that came to mind, is actually these earrings that I'm wearing. These earrings are super comfortable. They were given to me by a gal that I met on the airplane when I was on my way to Utah. She has a jewelry store in Kailua Kona, and she has one, and then she also has three in Vegas. No, in Los Angeles. I do not remember her name right now. And her earrings are so comfortable to wear that I was thinking it'd be nice to have a couple other pairs, and I can gift those to others as well. But because I don't remember her name, and she didn't tell me which store, I can't reach out to her to find out. So how can I do business with her, even though I know who she is, but I don't remember her name? I like what she's got to offer, but I don't remember how to find that information. So that is where it's key to build the relationship so that people will do business with us, because they know, like, trust, but also remember who we are. We are top of mind. Now, you might also have heard about this, where 67% of business is driven by personal referral and word of mouth, which is huge, because at the same time, word of mouth can also be, oh, you know what? This is the experience that I had at this particular business, and I don't recommend it. So to keep the relationship and to keep things positive makes a huge impact in that 67%. And something that I found to be mind blowing is that 85% of clients leave because they don't feel appreciated. And the thing is, as business owners, we appreciate our clients, but they don't necessarily feel it because of how it comes across, to where I have done transactions to where big transactions, all I've received have been the mass emails, no actual personal thank you. And I could be a repeat customer for that person, but I don't feel appreciated by that person. So do I want to go back to that person, or do I want to work with somebody that can provide the same level of service? Because I know other people in the same industry, that people that appreciate who I am as a client or as a person. So something to keep in mind. And also, because of what we're going to talk about today, and some of those tips, is that only 3% of the mail that people receive is actually personal. And I got a text the other day of somebody complaining that in the last couple of weeks, all they have received is junk mail and advertisement. That was my own mom, to let me know, because I had not sent her a letter in the mail, and I had been communicating with her in other ways. But she was saying, did you know that since you haven't sent me a letter, all I've been receiving for the last couple of weeks have been junk mail and advertising? It's like bills, junk mail, that kind of stuff, nothing personal. So keep that in mind, because it makes a difference of how people feel about you when they also receive that personal mail. So the fortune is in the follow-up, which you already know that as a business owner and entrepreneur, to where these are things that are not necessarily taught on a regular basis, but it's something that we do know. And that is also where we do leave money on the table, because 2% of the sales that are made are usually on the first contact. So that's a very small percentage. It's only 2%. By the second contact, that's 3% of sales. But then as there are more and more contacts, that's where the bigger bulk of the sales take place. And 12th contact is where 80% of the sales take place typically, which is huge. That is a huge impact. So that means truly the fortune is in the follow-up. How many times do you stay in touch with somebody, and what are the different ways that you stay in touch with them? So knock their socks off. Follow up often, and don't get stuck on just reaching out for them for birthdays and holidays. Reach out with heartfelt and unexpected reach outs, to where there will be a lasting connection that are being made. And I do see that little note in the chat, Shinichi. Yes, you will be able to have access to the recording. That's why we're recording it, because there's a number of people that RSVP'd that were not able to make it on. You are welcome. So with that said, something that you probably already know is that securing a new customer is 6 to 7 times more expensive than to keep an existing customer. And loyal customers are worth their weight in gold, because typically they're worth 10 times the amount of their very first purchase. And does it mean that they're making more purchases themselves? Not necessarily. Sometimes they do, but it means that they are also the key to referrals. And that's why they're worth their weight in gold by staying in touch. And that's why there's all those key points that are important. And 68%, or we were talking actually earlier about how many don't even feel the appreciation that you have, and that many of them is just indifference. They feel like you don't even care. Unfortunately, they don't think that you care when you do. So there are a variety of communication vehicles that you can use to stay in touch with them. And I would hope that you would incorporate them in different ways because there's a right time and a right place for each. So there is that face to face. Excuse me. There are those direct phone calls to make to them. And I realize that in today's world, not everybody answers their phone, but you can leave them a voicemail, just a quick hello, reaching out. How's everything doing? Staying in touch. There are also emails that you can communicate with, and to where keeping in mind that is just one of the vehicles of communication. Because if you look at my email box, I have over 9,800 emails that are not opened at this time. So communicating by email does work if the person is expecting an email from you. Number four is text messages. So that would be like Facebook Messenger, also in Instagram. There are quite a few people that these days communicate only through those messengers versus the regular texting on their phone, or even the messaging that can happen on LinkedIn, for example. So be where your clients are. What are the ways that they like to communicate more? It's one of those things. Sometimes it's like, ooh, that is not really where I um, check in on a regular basis, but noticing where the different people are that are your own customers and being in those places more. And then lastly, it's greeting cards. And that is that tangible touch. It is that card that is a personal message. Just like my mom was saying in the last 2 weeks, she hadn't received one because I was communicating by text, sending her pictures, and she was very happy about that. But I had so many other things on my mind that I was actually forgetting to send her those pictures and personal messages on cards, which make a huge difference in her day. And it makes a huge difference in other people's days as well, from the phone calls and messages that I receive of cards that I send out. And that's the thing, I don't expect to hear back, but I hear back so many times. And so we're going to dive a little bit more into that in just a moment here. So as we go through the rest here, we're going to be talking about increasing your sales and profit in just 5 minutes a day with send out cards, because we want you to focus on your business building activities, but at the same time, what are simple actions that you can take to increase your sales and profits? Because you probably already have systems laid out in your day, and you may be wondering, how or where can I fit something else? So here, just 5 minutes a day with send out cards. And so in send out cards, we have two different types of cards, and they are the heartfelt cards and the system cards. So those are two key points to remember: heartfelt cards and system cards. What is a heartfelt card? A heartfelt card is a heartfelt card, meaning it's unique. It's a single card. It's just for one recipient. It's very specific and customized to just that person, and it is sent right now. So that is a heartfelt card. And like I say all the time, is that if it comes from the heart, it will set you apart. Now, the system card, what makes that different from a heartfelt card? The system card can be sent to multiple recipients. It can be scheduled, so it's automated. It can be a saved card, meaning that you're going to reuse it for other people. And it can also be laid out as a campaign to where it drips out. And that way it becomes a set it and forget it type of system to help you in your business with the building relationship aspect. Now, system cards are definitely a powerful way to stay top of mind. And when you're looking at system cards for the drip campaigns, it is the equivalent in a way, but not 100%, to emails, because emails are done as drip campaigns in business. Greeting cards can be done as drip campaigns for building relationships. But what makes it different from an email What I've heard is that a good open rate for email is 12%. That's a good open rate for emails. Cards, these personal cards, have 100% open rate. So there's a huge difference there. Now, system cards, they can be laid out, already pre-designed for you, and we actually have those in our system, or we can create totally custom from scratch system cards and drip campaign for you. This is just one example of the many system cards campaigns that we have already in our system. This one is for a new buyer to say congratulations to that buyer. But I want you to pay close attention to what I've got circled in pink right there. So there's the one that goes out immediately, and that's the one that's congratulations on your new home. And these are campaigns to where they can be set up in a way where you have your own branding on those cards, and you can also customize the message that is on the inside. So that very first card goes out automatically. And then there's a card that goes out at 3 months that says home sweet home. So it's a little touch with a personal message to where it brings you top of mind to that person. And then there's one that goes at 12 months. Happy anniversary on your home. You've been there for an entire year. There's also a card that is for their birthday, because guess what? By doing the transaction, you know when their birthday is. And then also a card that goes out December 1st to celebrate the holiday season, to where it's their first holiday in their new home. So this is just one example of a system that we have, a campaign that we have for system cards. And here's another one. This is congratulations on selling your home. So this is for somebody who had a home to sell, and here is celebrating the sale of their home. And then 1 month later is saying thank you for your business. 6 months, there's another card just to stay in touch. And then there's one also for their birthday, and then one November 1st, so that it's during the Thanksgiving season of the year, to say thank you to that person once again for their business. It's sharing the appreciation. So it's not asking for business, it's sharing your appreciation for them. So that's just one example. And we do have a lot of cards also that are in our card catalog that are not part of the pre-designed campaigns, but these cards can be used for a variety of reasons. So they can be used for saying nice to meet you. It could be thank you for taking the time, like thank you for taking the time to meet with me. Thank you for taking the time to make a bid on this particular project that we're working on. So thank you for taking that time. It's also for sharing exciting updates, like a little did you know card for special occasions, such as daylight savings time. That's going to be coming right around the corner, where on the mainland, they're going to be changing their clocks. Here in Hawaii, we're not changing our clocks. So the times zones are going to be shifting a little bit, and to remind everybody of that adjustment can be very handy. And also for those that need to change their clocks, it's a reminder of when to do it. And I know actually there's one person, what they do is also a reminder when it's daylight savings time, they do a little tip of a reminder to change the batteries in the smoke alarms, to where each time the clocks are changing, to change those batteries. So it's a good little safety tip that they provide. And then there's unique holidays like Labor Day, Thanksgiving. So they're unique in a way to where they don't happen all around the world. But it's not the traditional holiday to where that is religion based. And so those are good holidays to celebrate with people because everybody has different beliefs. Now, something that can be done is also taking a picture with a new client and send it to them as a personal thank you for your business. And actually, it can be a lot of fun too to have them stand right in front of the house. If you're at the house with them, stand right in front of the house, take a picture in front of that house, and say, thank you with the picture of them right in front of the card. And then also happy birthday for their business anniversary. So the business anniversary, 12 months after you start working with that new client. And that's where the campaigns that we have designed already have that laid down for you. So it makes it simple to celebrate those anniversaries, those special occasions with them, and remember them and appreciate them. Knock their socks off. But then at the same time is also when they give you referrals, is to say thank you, and you can do little rewards for that, to where you can say that, for example, one of the cards that we have is just a note to say thanks a latte for everything, to where you can put a personalized little note in there, and you can even say, hey, I want to send you a cup of coffee with that, so you can attach a gift card for a coffee shop, because we have those available that can be included in the card for your clients. And there's a variety of other things that can be included with the card as a thank you. But that's just one example, and it's one that works perfect with a thanks a latte card. Now, you also want to have some fun with some of these. And so an example of having some fun, and that's one that I was thinking about doing the other day, is actually to take a picture while holding a birthday cake and just putting flour all over the face, and put a note of, oh, I worked so hard on this cake, and send it to clients for their birthday. So just having some fun, with that. And some people, they like to do things, with their animals. So they have a dog, they'll put their little hat on the dog, or their cat, where they put a little cat suit, on there. It can be a lot of fun, and to where it totally stands out, and your clients just go, this was so cute, this was so horrible, so adorable. And I have had so many experiences of people showing me cards that I have sent them years after I have sent them, just because they enjoy receiving them, and it makes them smile. It makes their day. It literally knocks their socks off, and it keeps me top of mind. And that's what we're teaching others how to do here. Now, for holiday cards and seasonal cards, I want to encourage you to be the very first to celebrate your clients and friends and also family, to wish them all the best for the upcoming season. It could be even for spring. Spring is right around the corner. And I know that there's one realtor, excuse me, there's one realtor, his name is Chip. And what he likes to do is celebrate spring, and he will send cards also to folks in his neighborhood, and he will put flowers because of spring. And there's one particular card that he was talking about where he had yellow tulips on that card. So it was very bright colors. One of his neighbors that got that card, that had never really communicated with him much, came up to him, and through that card, he became the realtor to represent her, and he sold her house just from a card of staying in touch. All right, there's just a little bit more here. New Year's, Valentine's Day. You can show your appreciation and gratitude to your clients. You know, Valentine's Day, I know some people go, oh, but that's for sweethearts. Well, guess what? You can tell your clients, I appreciate you. You can pay it forward with coffee, like that thanks a latte card that we just saw. There are some other coffee cards that we have already pre-designed in our catalog. Makes it super simple. You can do Christmas in July. That can be a lot of fun. I know some people that instead of doing a Merry Christmas card, they do a Christmas in July card, because number one, then it is not related to a religious holiday. So it makes it it gives it a different feel. And to where they do Christmas in July, and they send a package of brownies along with that, and it knocks their socks off of their clients. It's one of those things that is a lot of fun. But then you can also Google bizarre and wacky holidays for a calendar of unique events to celebrate. An example of that one, and it's one that I really like to celebrate. It's on September 19th, and it's Talk Like a Pirate Day. Arr, and to where I like to send pirate jokes. I have some people that I know that are very much into pirates. So for Talk Like a Pirate Day, I send them pirate jokes, and I even write and say these like a pirate. Arr. So you can have a lot of fun, and it's something that is unique, it's different, and you can put your own little spice into it. Now, when it comes to also the work environment, the people that you work with, whether it's your team, whether it's your staff members, it's to do good job and shout outs, to celebrate them, to let them know that you appreciate them. You will be surprised at how many people do not tell their team members that they are appreciated, or that they tell them at first that they're doing a good job and that they appreciate them. And then little by little, that appreciation sharing dwindles to where they still appreciate, but they don't share it anymore. And I have personally been on that end of receiving appreciation, and then it dwindled very fast to where I knew that what I was doing was being appreciated, but it was no longer being communicated. It became more like, oh, that's just what you need to do anyways. Just keep on going. Uh-huh. Without without even saying, oh, thank you for a job well done. Very simple, right? It doesn't have to be brain science. But also remembering their birthdays. Like my husband's birthday was yesterday, and so he got some things from his work. They sent him a birthday card, and he got some birthday cards from other friends, and messages, and little phone calls that he received. So that's staying, top of mind with people, and the people that care are the ones that will go ahead and reach out. Now, other things to celebrate is top sales, to where, yes, you want to do shout outs of top sales. You can shout out when they have an anniversary. You can also shout out life events. Now, I want to go back to top sales right there just for a moment. Is, yes, celebrate top sales, but also celebrate improvements. Let's say that somebody on your team maybe has been struggling with getting some sales closed, and all of a sudden they have one that's closed. Celebrate that sale. They may not be top sales, but guess what? They finally got one. So let's celebrate that. Now, back to the life events, there's babies, weddings, people getting new homes. After all, we're, here talking about the real estate industry. So there, y'all know about that, the new homes, but new jobs. And there's also when people lose somebody, whether it's condolence for a family member, a dear friend, maybe it's a loved one that is a pet. So there's also those condolence cards, and we do have those available also in our catalog, and all sorts of holidays. But now let's go ahead. Let me introduce you to our mystery guest. So our mystery guest is in the real estate industry. Her name is Gail Zintek. And so I brought in a video from her YouTube channel where she shares a little bit about what we were just talking about. So this is Gail. We were working out together the other day, and the video is right here.
Hi, my name is Gail Zintek. I'm an associate broker realtor with eXp Realty in Portage, Michigan. I'm also a senior executive affiliate with Send Out Cards. Janet asked me to speak with you a little bit about why send out cards and how has it affected my real estate business. Well, in 2007, I received this card in the mail. It said, "Nothing beats a great referral." And I remember when I opened it, I was blown away by its personalization. And so I took time to call the sender. I sat down, I researched send out cards. I sent a card to my husband, and I was hooked. I loved the way I could personalize it for both personal and business use. Then I became in a habit of sending cards every day, what we call a heartfelt card sender. It was just a habit of who I am and what I do. And so I sent a card. I attended a networking event. It was called the Taste of the Chamber. And I was in the habit of celebrating people. So at the end of the day, I took a picture and I sent this card to the people at Park Street Market. And on the inside, it just said, your food rocked the house at the Taste of the Chamber. No better ribs, greens, or peach cobbler. A win well earned. Thanks for sharing your goodness. We enjoyed every bite. Live today, enjoy life. Stephen Gale Zintech, the network team, and even more Walton Realtors, and our phone number. And a week later, I got a call from Kiar. Well, fast forward, long story short, Kiar and his family were moving from the east side of the state to open up grocery stores. And Steve and I have been able to help I lost track, 7 or 8 family members earned over $70,000 in commission from this one card that I sent. That kept me in the game. Send out cards. I wrote down my top 5 reasons, and I'm sure I could feel more if I really thought about it. But celebrating people every day in life. So I go through social media. I look for opportunities to celebrate the people that I know, with pictures, gifts, and the written word. Follow up after a listing appointment. Yesterday, my husband and I were on a listing appointment. It was a referral from one of our BNI members. And as we left, I told the homeowner that I would like to take a couple exterior pictures. And so she walked to the front porch and she was waving at me, this elderly lady who'd lived in this house for 40 years. And so before I even got home, I had that picture on the front of a card and a 2-pack of brownies to her in the mail. But I didn't stop there. I also took time to thank our referral partner, Mary Beth, and I sent her a thank you card with that same picture on the front of the card. Invite to client events. We host 2 client events a year. One's Flower Fest. We just had this last weekend, and what we do is we invite people to come and pick up a hanging basket. And then so this is the invitation with pictures from last year's event on the inside. And so many people came and said, oh, I'm so glad I made the card and the invite. So that was powerful. But what was more powerful was when Elizabeth showed up at the event. Now, this is a picture of Roger and Elizabeth. They were clients of ours back in 2015. And I said, how's Roger doing? And she, kind of sadly let us know that Roger had passed away last October, and we had no idea. We had a really great conversation face to face. I took pictures of her and I together with her and her basket of flowers, and I sent her a card afterwards. But here's the powerful impact of what send out cards can do. She said, Gail, we love receiving your cards. Now, I'm probably not one that's going to be moving anytime soon. I love my condo. However, I have a big mouth. And by the way, this card is framed in her house. She said, we framed your card, and everybody that comes in, I lovingly tell what great help we had from you and Steve during our move. So invites to client events, and then follow-up cards. I take their pictures and I send them cards afterwards, thanking them for coming. 5-card campaign to follow up after the sale. So we have our card that goes out immediately with a 4-pack of brownies, and we let them know that we're donating a bike to Toys for Tots, because that's what Steve and I have chosen to do with each closing in lieu of closing gifts. Then one goes out 3 months later, thanking them, or just thanking them. If they have any other questions since the sale took place, please reach out and let us know. One goes out on May 5th. One goes out for Thanksgiving, and then the anniversary of their home. So that goes out a year later with a 2-pack of brownies. And then also being able to circle prospects. So if you had a listing, we listed it and sold it in less than 8 hours. There were other people that were interested, but they didn't get a chance. So I sent this card with a testimonial from my sellers, and then a little bit of history about how the listing went with our personal custom branding on the back to the neighborhood around this home. I also took this picture and I sent it as a thank you card to our sellers and I highlighted all the people that were able to help us, from the carpet stretchers to the handyman to the home cleaners to the carpet cleaners to college hunks. And we had an amazing team that helped us move this home. So send out cards is a way for you to connect with people on a personal level, as you go about your business every day. After your appointments, you're following up, you're doing your business. And Steve and I receive about 50, we close on about 50 homes a year average by referral. We're a 100% referral based business, and we have been since 2012. And that's a testament to send out cards and keeping in touch and allowing people to feel loved and appreciated through our heartfelt sending with send out cards. So I wish you success in your real estate business or wherever life takes you. Know that how you make people feel is the most important thing in the world. And if you help enough people get what they want in life, you'll have everything you need. Take care, everybody. Thanks for taking time to listen to my little presentation. Thank you, Janet. Hi, my
So,
name is.
so you may be wondering, how do I get started? And we do have the perfect setup package for you. So that you can have it done easily, because we know that you have a lot on your plate. You're already focusing on different tasks, and to add one more task can seem like a mountain at times. So with that perfect package, what does it come with? Well, it comes with the unlimited heartfelt prompting cards, to where it includes postage and the contact manager. And that one, the value of that is $97 a month. So this particular one, that's the only thing that is monthly, but there's no contract. So it's basically month to month. With this setup package, you also receive 100 system cards. And basically what that gives you is a chance to try our system cards, to be able to send to a group of people, whether you want to do 20, 50, or even 100 all at a time. That is included, and there's a value of $157 for that. You get access to our campaign store, where you get to see all the custom built cards and campaigns that we have in there, where we have for selling a home, we have for the buying of a home, we have for the mortgage industry, we have for a variety of industries. And the value of the access to that campaign store is $197. Then we also give you a virtual assistant, because we want somebody that is there to help you to get everything set up. They will do the importing of your contacts for you. They can lay out and set up the campaigns. They can do your card backs for you. So they can do quite a bit in those 2 hours. And if you do need their help for other things more than just those 2 hours, they can be contracted. That's all up to you. With that said, you also receive this powerful course. And this is to maximize what we were talking about, but it's to maximize relationship marketing. And that is where you get to learn more and master the art of human connection. And through that, it helps to attract an abundance of opportunities. It helps to attract an abundance of referrals and business. The value of this course is way more than 97, in my opinion, based on the value that I have experienced from taking it. But that course is $97, and it's online, and that one is part of this package for you. Now, there's also an amazing seminar that you get a ticket to, and that one is a live seminar. It's a 3-day event. It's prompting seminar. That one is 197. And you also receive a personal promptings coach. And so that promptings coach is someone that will coach you using an online portal and videos to get you fully comfortable and fully trained on all the aspects of the system. And so we really want you to be able to utilize the system and to learn all this information. And that's why this package was all put together, because we have had people that get started with one little piece and then they go, oh, but I need to learn the how to, and oh, I need this and I need that, oh, and I wish I had somebody to help me. So the package was put together. It does have a value of over $1,000, but at the same time we want to be able to offer it to you at a really good price. So we have been able to discount that to 497, which is a huge savings with huge value. So what I'm going to invite you to do is to reach out to the person that invited you today. And that if you go ahead and get your package set up with them, it's called the promptings process package, and you do it before Friday at 5 p.m. So that would be tomorrow, since today is Thursday. If you do it by tomorrow, 5 p.m., we will also give you this custom designed campaign for free. So this is a campaign that we designed. It's not in the campaign store. It is completely separate. We designed it just for you because you're right here with us on the webinar today. And once you have your account set up, we have a short form for you to fill out so that it gives us the information that we need in order to share that campaign into your account, to where we're not actually going into your account, but we can share it to your account, to where then there's a simple way for you to say, yes, I want this added into my system. So once again, get back in touch with the person who shared this with you and get your account set up today. And I am very excited to celebrate your business growth. I know what it has done for my businesses. As I was saying earlier, I have 8 streams of income, and it's something that by applying that relationship marketing strategies that I have learned over the years has helped tremendous exponential growth of those businesses. So once again, thank you so much for joining me today. And I will go ahead and stop the share screen. And if you have any questions at this moment, you are welcome to unmute yourself, and I will go